Hey guys, welcome back to season 2, episode 5 of Letters from the Principal Pod. You are tuning in to part 2 of the Mom MD episode where we were getting into the nitty gritty with Tavia about those times when the mother knows more than the doctor. And I'm going to kick it over to Des to fill you in on what you may have missed.
Hi, guys. So when Tavia was telling us last episode about her magnificent love story, might I say, from her and her husband, where they then did the deed in April and had a baby in February.
Which we all did.
Yeah, everyone did. Everyone was doing it in April and had just got hot outside. You have these kids, you bring them into the world, you love them, you think everything is perfect. Then you notice these social cues and you notice something isn't off. And as a mother should, she did what she had to do for her child. In this episode, not only are we going to dive deeper in this, we're going to get to the other side of her rainbow and hopefully empower you guys out there to not let the hospitals or the doctors stop you when they are taking your money. And this is even for the moms who get bashed because you are on Medicaid or Medi-Cal or you're on the system. They should still do their job. And I commend you for making them do your job. But I'm going to kick it to Kim.
I think I'd be remiss not to mention that during the break, we were having a moment here where we were all talking about knowing our kids and knowing what that they are or who they are, right? Better than anyone else. So sometimes, especially in a doctor's office, you can feel like they're not hearing you when you're the one that knows what's going on with your kid more than anyone. And that's why I think even just choosing the right doctor is so important, right? A lot of times, we try to set up these appointments. We're going online. I don't know, the hospital will refer you. My first pediatrician I was referred to by the hospital. I didn't have any sense of like who I should go to, who lives close to your house. No, you've got to do your homework as a parent, right? And you've got to go in and figure out who these doctors are. And ultimately, you just want to get somebody that cares about you and your kid. Now I've been with my pediatrician for 20-something years, right? My 18-year-old daughter just went. I was like, when does she have to stop coming here? Like, when does she go to a regular? And they're like, oh, she can come here. I guess sometimes they take them through college or whatever. But I feel comfortable with the practice because they've got her chart for 18 years or however old your kid is. And they know your kid. And it feels like a practice that cares about your child rather than just trying to bill you. So Tavia, you had obviously a struggle with your doctor with this. I mean, when did you know you were right about the decisions you were making for your child? And that they maybe, I don't want to say were wrong, but maybe they just didn't care enough to give you the proper tools for your child to be successful.
Well, I won't say my pediatrician didn't care. I just think that she was following what she knew. And sometimes because someone is following what they know doesn't necessarily make them right.
Right.
She's his pediatrician today.
Right.
And when she sees him and they're having conversations, when he's going, she'll say, I'm really happy I listened to you.
Right.
I'm really happy that he's how he is right now. He's on the right track. And she's always amazed by him. So that's what I'm saying. It didn't make her a bad person.
Right.
She just was going forward with what she knew. And the reason why I've continued to work with her is because ultimately she listened to me.
Right.
Okay.
Ultimately, she gave me the referral that I needed to see the other doctor, to get the blood work done, to then have the official diagnosis. Because once I had the official diagnosis, because you have to, then I was able to attain certain services for him, change schools, get the things that he needs, get him an IEP, get him all of the things, because there is still 3K for all.
Right.
So with this, newfound information, like I thrive well with information. Like if I know something, then I know it.
Yeah.
And it was more or less of now working to see what works for him.
Yeah.
Now, let me just ask you this question. When you
Sure.
got the diagnosis,
Yes.
do you get at that point referred to a specialist? Like, or are you still seeing this? Is your son
No.
still seeing the same doctor?
So what happens when your child gets a diagnosis of autism? Well, then, because like I said, I don't know
Now,
how it is
right.
now. Now there are way more specialists. There are way more people that you can bring your child to. But at that time in 2018, he kept the same doctor, but I had to go down to the Board of Education,
Right.
take that, the letter over to them so that they knew. Then they gave, set up an IEP. They set up evaluations
Right.
with the psychosocial, therapists and things of that nature. Gauged how far on the spectrum that he was, what they think that he needs, and then you go forward
Right.
with that.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this is, again, it's not always sometimes the MD, sometimes it's the professionals.
Right.
Because if you have a child, right, and part of their disability is their inability to focus, and you're giving them speech for 30 minutes twice a week, and it's taking that person, like it used to take my son, like I watch, it used to take them 10 minutes to get him to sit down, because he's still 3.
Right.
He's still a kid. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's not like he's, you know what I'm saying, has some girth about him. You know what I'm saying? It's taking them 10 minutes to get him to sit down. Then they're teaching him for 15 minutes. And then the last 5 minutes is transitioning him back to wherever he was. How is that going to help him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did they ever offer you medication?
No. I will say that. I've never been offered medication.
I love that because I know a lot of parents as well as myself. I was offered medication for my son, and the shout out to Dr. Palmer. He is the best therapist in the world for kids. No, he's an African American man. He does a lot of, I was about to say some
Where's he
celebrities
based?
he does, but
Where's he
it's
based?
confidential. He is LA, but he does Zoom.
Okay.
And he goes to Atlanta. So he's LA, Atlanta,
Nice.
New York. The best. I had another celebrity kid therapist that my friend, 2 of my friends who have children with notables gave me them. And one of them I'm really close to. Or she probably gonna be like, why you ain't say my name? Girl, you know I say your name. Because your ex. But we went there and we were going there because our kids are friends. And he was like mad when you didn't take the medication. And I'd be like, Dr. Lee, because I'm going to say his name, Dr. Lee, damn, I don't want it. And he would like send me shit during the week through like the studies and shit. And me and my ex-husband, we don't get along about nothing. We were like, no. And he was like, and if he offered again, tell him to call me. So then we got Dr. Palmer. Dr. Palmer ain't never brought up no medication, and my sons respond well to him. Because Dr. Palmer lay it flat. You're a narcissist. You got narcissistic traits. My son be like, narcissistic traits. Like, but you have to have somebody who really is laying it down and understands. And that goes to what you say, even with the doctors. Like, you have to have doctors that respond well to your kid. Just because they're a good doctor for somebody else may not mean they're a good doctor.
Like,
for your
honestly, the only reason why
child.
my son didn't flip out at the doctor because of Doc McStuffins. We used to watch Channel 13 again.
But
Doc
what doctor
McStuffins.
was your most responsive doctor for your child?
I will say, I mean, Hunter hasn't had a lot of doctors. He's literally had the same pediatrician from birth.
But you said you went to another doctor who had an ill filing system?
Well, that was the person who did the blood work. So that person was in Brooklyn Hospital. Their job is like a genealogical doctor.
Okay.
Who basically, their main focus was analyzing your genes.
So your pediatrician was the people's
She
champ.
had to refer me to him. So that was the only shortcut way to get the autism diagnosis so that I can get the services for my son.
But she was a good doctor.
Yeah, she's a good person. She's still...
Would you account that to her being a woman?
I don't say that. I just think she's a good person.
She's just a good person.
She's just a good person. There's some
I was
people...
just trying to find like What
Yeah.
are the attributes of a good doctor?
And plus, my son is a ladies' man, so he responds to women.
Okay.
He don't like.
'Cause I'm just saying for
male
someone out there,
nobody.
right? For someone out there who thinks they have a problem,
Yeah.
and they're looking for a good doctor,
Yeah.
and they think their child is suffering.
Yeah.
What are the attributes to a good doctor? They're like, well, how do I know? Well,
One, I always believe that even if you disagree with someone, if a doctor simply just gives you the benefit of the doubt and does what it is you're asking, then they're a good person.
okay.
Because again, someone can have a job. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have a profession. Kim is a journalist, you know, originally. If she's giving somebody, another journalist, some advice, and they go, no, Kim, I want to do it my way. I want to do this my way.
Yeah.
But she just lays back and goes, you know what? Go do it your way. We'll do it your way. And if it doesn't work, then we go back to my way. That for me is somebody that's experienced, who understands the fact that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people have to go through something and it has to be proven to them for it to be removed off the table. I'm more receptive to people that are like that.
Yeah. And we
Because
were
my
talking
way is
about
not
that
the right way
yesterday.
all
Yes.
the time.
Right.
Yes.
How people deal with things are different.
Yeah.
So when, like I said, she was telling me in the beginning that we should wait.
Yeah.
She was. She said, oh, he's young. She hit me with she had 2 boys. They were also delayed. And I said, I understand that, but those are your kids.
Yeah.
I need to try this way to just remove it from my mind. Because once you go on the internet and you look and you do, like I said, that test, it doesn't go away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It stays in your mind. It eats at you. And now everything that the person in front of you is doing is checking the boxes from what you said.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So since you basically like kind of had the inkling before the doctor kind of confirmed it,
Yeah.
how was it when you finally got like the actual diagnosis? And I ask this particularly because I do feel like there's a stigma in the Black and brown community, well, communities plural, around accepting diagnoses like this. Like I feel like like we were saying back in the day, this just didn't exist and it was all these other things it was being attributed to. I feel like in our community specifically, it's still like that. Like I know people who have grown children that have officially been diagnosed with autism and they're still like kind of in denial about it.
No, I agree. Well, for me, first it was immediately I know what it is.
Right. So
But
it was
then
relief
and then-
there.
Relief, but then automatically it was blame. Like, what did I do?
Oh.
What did I do wrong here that caused this? Even though they were saying it was gene attributed and things of that nature, it was, what did I do? Oh, I didn't. I had to be put on bed rest. Is it because I didn't exercise enough?
Right.
Did I not eat what I was supposed to enough? I didn't take my vitamins every day because I hate taking pills. What was it that I did?
Yeah.
So
And
you
then-
had mommy guilt.
Yes, 100%. Then it was also understanding that I can't fix it. Because that's what I'm a mother, I'm a person that I want to fix every single thing for, a child. Then also it's a sense, I had a sense of, I turned into a really bad mama bear, like a really bad mama bear, like sheltering to the 80th degree. And then it was like one day, like, it's a real thing to give it to God. That is a real statement.
Yeah. We had a whole episode
give it
about that.
to God. And I told God that I'm going to let him show me he can't do it. I'm not ever going to say what he can't do. Because this is the same person that they told me he's never going to talk. I can't, I never told my son to shut up because I used to pray for him to talk to me.
Wow.
I will never tell him to shut up. I'll never tell him to be quiet because of the fact of the time where he never spoke.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, for me, it would be disrespecting God's blessing to tell him that when I was the person on my knees begging for him to just say mommy, or to be able, like when your child doesn't talk and they can't say they're hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they can't say something is wrong.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
When you have to guess.
Yeah.
Constantly
That's
guess
terrible.
what's
Yeah.
wrong. You're guessing and it's trial and guessing.
Yeah.
And having to check, well, oh, he's crying because he's teething. That's why he's crying.
Right.
You're yelling at him and he's in pain because he's teething. The same when they're a baby. It's like, stop yelling at him, telling me to be quiet. He's crying like, oh, I fed you, I changed you. It's nothing should be wrong with you. Like, that's what most parents think.
Yeah.
So it's like when your child is not talking for a long period of time, you're constantly guessing
Yeah.
what's wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I said, to this day, if he could be talking my ear off and I could wish that he would just be quiet, I'm like, you know what, you're overstimulating mommy.
Yeah.
I need 5 minutes. Please go watch something.
Yeah.
But I'll never say, I'll never retort to the shut ups or the be quiets and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, you gotta, I literally let him show me what he can't do.
Yeah.
And walk him through like the word normal. I don't use that word anymore.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as normal.
I agree.
Normal
And it came up for us when we were in the break, and
perceived.
that was
It's
where my mind
perception
went.
Right.
as to what you believe is normal, and anything about anybody can be perceived as abnormal.
Yeah.
It could be abnormal that my nails are long.
Right. We're
But
all
how do you-
weirdos at the
how
end
do
of the
you- How do
day.
you wipe your butt? Your nails are so long. I can never do that. You're not normal.
I think that yeah, normal is definitely a perception,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think that it's very hard for adolescents
Mm-hmm.
to process what's normal
Mm-hmm.
because it's so easy to be bullied for
Yes.
being different.
Mhm.
So it's not like the kids, and I'll speak just for the vein of my child. I don't think the kids want to be anything but like everybody else.
Okay.
So then they can be deemed as acceptable.
Mhm.
Then I could be digestible if I'm like everyone else. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
And I think that that's what the kids want. And kudos to the moms who love your kids and let them feel that it's okay to be different, because there's so many pressures to be just like everyone else right now
Mm.
for the kids that it's hard. It's hard because unless you have a kid who just has an independent spirit, and that leads me back to my 12-year-old who wouldn't give a dog in hell
Mm-hmm.
about any freaking body. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
someone told him, my boyfriend had told him, you're 12. You still like ride your scooter and you know, you still whatever, like you gotta grow up. He said, you should grow up. I'm 12. Like, worry about you. And I also feel like even with him saying that to him,
Mhm.
that's making people be pushed in a different way.
Got
Yeah.
it.
My 12-year-old is really a 90s 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I say that, he's playing outside. He's on his game. He
Mhm.
wants to play catch. It's like, I don't know what year he's living in, but he's having it his way.
Mhm.
And I love that for him. He has no vein to feel normal. But I feel when kids say normal, it's to be like everybody else, or you're going to get talked about on TikTok, or you're going to be deemed weird.
Well,
Or
then
you-
again, I guess that's another thing. My son's not allowed to be on that stuff.
But how old is he?
He's 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, he shouldn't be.
It's about to change real quick, though.
Once,
No, it's not,
But
because-
once he hits like 12, 13,
Yeah.
I had to give my son TikTok at 13 because it was like either that or you're just gonna keep making them
No.
on your phone.
No, we can make them together. We're a unit.
Mhm.
That's my best friend. But
Yeah.
no, but for me, like my daughter,
I want you to
Again,
call me. when
Right,
he
I was
turns
about to
13.
say.
You
Oh,
are, you
girl,
back.
Let me
it's
tell you
gonna
right
get
now.
nasty.
Tell you right
I'm
now.
telling you right now.
And I'm telling you now, my daughter is 28. We done already been through them growth pains. She was worse. But so, like I said,
boys are different.
they are.
It's not like from what I know from my friends with girls,
Yeah.
but that 13 or 14 with boys, it's kind of like a breakup, and not in a bad way, but it's
Mhm.
like, what
No,
you
my
mean?
daughter-
What you mean? You wanna leave me and go be with somebody else? Why you
I
acting
know, that
funny
was
in
very
Texas?
much
Or how
That
about
was
don't
very
even
much
walk
my
with me down the block? If we're
Yeah.
taking a walk, it's got to be.
again.
And you be like,
Well,
Alonzo, why
I
are you so
personally just
far in
think
front
that's
of
an
me?
Aquarius thing because my daughter didn't even want me to kiss her. Like she
Well,
didn't want
kissing,
me.
yeah, I kind of
She
get
didn't want
that.
me to kiss her goodbye. She didn't. She wanted to be, one of the girls. It was never
Right. I
wanted
can't
to
be seen with the kid.
me.
Like it's a
She
little
never
more
wanted to be with me.
extreme.
It was, and then grandma ain't make it worse. Got her with the little shades outside and the little
Having a
and
14-year-old
lip
son
gloss.
is like texting a nigga you met at the club the night before
Who
wants
wasn't
nothing to do with
really
you.
interested?
He
Yes,
took your number because he was drunk. And
Right.
relax.
right.
Oh.
Like,
Accurate.
every time I text my son in my head, I hear it's quiet for you. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. You get like a one-word response if you get one.
Honestly, if I can say this, and
Kim, yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
my
started,
son
no,
yesterday.
just started watching. Don't slap me on the wrist for this. I just started watching Forever,
Oh.
and when I tell
So
you,
cute. Yes,
the parents, that's me and my husband.
you're the neurotic
Hundred-
mom.
100%. My husband is
Yeah.
the laid back,
The neurotic moms
Cool.
club. Join.
cool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like chilling. Like he had said before they were talking, there's an episode where they're talking in the park and he goes, I gotta tell you something. And the son goes,
Oh,
what?
it's crazy.
You're getting divorced?
Yeah.
And he goes, no. And he's
I'm
like,
never
what?
leaving your
I'm
mother.
never leaving your mother.
Right.
If know that your mother left me, that is 120% my husband.
Love
Yeah.
that.
He's not going anywhere.
Love
Like
that for
he's 10 toes.
And-
When my
yeah.
son is doing something,
Congrats to your husband
When
for
my
being
son-
a good man and
Yes.
being commendable.
Yes.
Shout
Shout him
outs
out.
to Ed too, because
Yeah.
to have a good man that stays, because
Yeah.
it's in the staying.
yes,
It's not in the being.
Yeah.
It's in the staying, because even though we are women and we have it,
Yeah.
I would like to say, I feel like I'm single now. Well, I mean, I kind of have, so I don't know, who knows, it depends on the day, but I feel like I'm having it my way right now in the world. You know what I'm saying? But for us to have it our way, we have such a short time
yeah,
to have it our way. But when it comes to men,
yeah.
they can have it their way until
I couldn't stand
85.
I was like Angela. I was 100% like Michelle, but I couldn't stand when I was going through the trenches of
Autism?
autism. You know what I'm saying? I will say that my husband's nature is very much you take the lead,
Right.
I'll support. And there were a lot of times when I didn't know what the F I was. I did not know
Yeah.
Right.
anything other than what I was reading and what I was watching.
Yeah.
So when people say to me, what did you do to get your son to this place where he doesn't appear to be autistic?
Mm.
It was watching.
Right.
It was I noticed that when that speech teacher is talking to him, he don't give a hell
Mhm.
about what she's saying, but he likes her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thinks she's pretty. I see my son complimenting colors and whatnot, like because he's a ladies'
Right.
man.
Wow.
So it's
Bonds differently.
pulling her to
Yeah.
the side. Hey, girl,
yeah.
you do home visits?
Mhm.
That's hilarious. Not him
much-
trying to get her to the
Yeah.
crib.
How much you charge for home visits?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. All right, you charge this. All right, I gotta work and I gotta do this. I gotta call your agency.
Yeah.
And she's I don't care what he's doing at school now.
Yeah.
Right.
Because she's at the house an hour for 3 days out the week.
Right.
So you've got to be really
So
involved
it's-
and observant, it sounds like.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then it was okay. He likes her. And then again, my son is just a good person.
So how would you have liked your husband to show up for you that you didn't see it? And it doesn't mean he's at fault, but how would you, in the perfect world, how would he had presented, showed up?
I
for you?
personally, now looking back, I just think that I wanted more from him than what he could give me.
Mm.
That's
My husband and I are polar opposites, and I've always known him about him. I'm the fire, he's the ice. So I think that at the time, I wanted him to be researching as much.
Right.
I didn't want the responsibilities that I understood now that I needed to have.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to sit down sometimes and not have to think and overanalyze and talk to all of the doctors all the
Right.
time and figure out what the next steps were. And at the time, again, I wanted something of him that in theory, I even knew then he couldn't do. It was just that I was overwhelmed and stressed,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted him to do it.
Mm.
Because you want to lay down the cape every now and again. He was doing other things.
Right.
He was making sure the house was clean. He was making sure that, there were meals on the table.
that's
and he-
helpful.
I was gonna say sometimes
helping.
the roles.
I'm not
of
saying that
parents,
he wasn't
yeah.
doing, it's not like he was just
Yeah.
chilling in the house. If I said, all right, take your son, go wash him, go do this. I need you to iron the clothes. I
Yeah.
need you to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's numero uno when it comes to transportation.
Right.
He's the dad that's taking everybody where they need to be and picking up everybody from where they
Yeah.
need to be. So there were definitely things he were doing, but he wasn't doing the analytical stuff that I was.
Right. But maybe
And I
you
was
have more of a
feeling
capacity
overwhelmed.
for
And
it.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wanted more from him
Yeah.
than he could give.
I have a really quick question.
Sure.
So since we're name dropping shows, there's actually a show that I love on Netflix called Mo.
Okay.
And it's about this Palestinian family and kind of their struggle in like becoming citizens, blah, blah, blah. But it's also hilarious. And the correlation here is that Mo is the older brother, significantly older brother of a younger brother who's on the spectrum. And his, like I kind of said before, his mother is completely in denial. Like he's like 30 and he's like, he's still just growing up and maturing. And like Mo ends up having a breakdown kind of in the end and is like, he has autism. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. And we need to be like, you know, getting him the services and the help, even if it's now 20 years too late. Like, so I'm curious about how your older daughter, you know, kind of gets involved or, you know, like kind of has a role in, you know, being a sibling to a younger sibling on the spectrum.
Well, I will say that when we first told my daughter, she cried immediately.
Yeah.
She was very hurt about it. It was, but for her, she's just a big sister.
Yeah.
You know, whatever my son want to do, she's with the bullshit. She's
That's
down.
the way I look at it too.
It's
like,
whatever he wants to do, no matter what it is.
yeah.
She's down. Like when I told her, I remember one time I told her, he had said someone hit him. She drove to the school. I'm like, ma'am, you're 26. Like, you cannot beat up the little, like you cannot beat up the 8-year-old. Like, he's 8. She was like, all right, but I can still see who he with, and maybe I can get that person. But that's just
shout out to Big Sisters.
Yeah.
Well,
we learned in a prior episode that Des will go and pinch somebody who's messing with
and
his
I'll
kids.
pull up to fight
kids.
12-year-olds.
I don't like
Don't
other
forget.
people's kids at all.
Des ain't alone.
I tell people all the time, I do not like other people's kids. I only like my kids.
You're hilarious.
I do not do
other
people's
kids are treacherous, and I feel like if you're not getting disciplined at home,
Yeah.
I
Right.
want to help you.
Well, I like other people's kids. And I will tell you this. Other people's kids,
Yeah.
if
OPK.
you warm up, OPK, if you warm up to them
Yeah.
and you do little things, you'll get the information that your kids won't give you.
No. My sister's friends have always feared me.
Let me tell you the story. So I pick up,
Yeah.
I saw my son's eyes recently and they were a little red,
Okay.
right? He's 15.
Okay. About that age.
So the first day I saw it in the house, I said, why your eyes so red? He said, no. I said, you're not smoking or vaping or doing weed or anything like that.
He not old enough for the eye drops, you
So
know.
he says to me, right? No. And he's denying it. And these two over here are in the background, the peanut gallery, giggling. They're like, so I'm like, okay, all right. So I pick him up the next day from the basketball court. And he asked me to drop off 2 of his friends that I've known for years, that I've been driving, that I bring, goodies to or whatever at the basketball games. And so I have a relationship with his friends in a way where it's like, I have their phone number in case he's not responsive, like we saw when I tried to call him on this. So they get in my car and I turn around and I see eyes that are red again. And I looked at him and I knew he was going to lie because he lied to me the day before. And I looked at his friend and I said, was he smoking weed? And the friend went, just like this. Because the friend wouldn't lie to me.
Right.
And that was just in the friend's character. And shout out to him because I got to get some pizza or something next.
Listen, that's another episode. The friends that be low-key snitching.
He was scared enough of me. Maybe my son's not. But he was scared enough of me, just knowing me as a mom, to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
And now, Corey, stop playing with me because what I said to him was I said, all right, this is what you want to do. It's going to be a moment. You're not going to know when it is. I said, but I'm going to roll up on you on the courts.
Well, I'm worse than Kim Kardashian when it comes to things. Like when my daughter was young, I had all her text messages mirrored to my phone. I literally was in the cloud. Like privacy did not exist.
Am I wrong for this? I feel like, I don't know what show that was. Like, if you want to smoke, we about to roll up. And you going to go till you can't go no more. So let's get it. You want Zah? I'm going to Zah you out. Like, I don't know. Maybe you want to drink? Oh, let's get it, girl. I'm just different. I don't know.
You were different.
I told Corey I was going to embarrass him.
I've never been a drinker.
I don't care what I'm going to show you not about it.
Yeah. No. I've never, I'm a social, you know what I'm saying? Every now and again. Because again, when you're a promoter and you're at parties, and anybody in the music industry will tell you can't be drunk because the people play with your money.
Right.
All right.
So I was the
not
girl.
so-
I was the person walking around with a glass that looked like it had like
something.
in it, but it
you know
never
what?
did.
You may not be a drinker. I'm not.
but
a
my
drinker.
daughter is.
I'm not a smoker. But I feel like if I
Yeah.
find out that one of my minor children are dibbling and dabbling,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you to your point. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I want to see. Are you really want to drink?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's drink.
Right.
You want to smoke? We gonna close this garage and we gonna get to it, Bob.
Well, I'm gonna die. I only got 1.5 good lungs.
Yeah,
I
see,
can't.
well,
I can't be
I'm just
smoking.
saying, like,
I can't
Your
be-
mom would have killed
I
you if
can't.
she was dead.
Because when you do stuff without
can't do it.
knowledge, you
Yeah.
really put yourself at risk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I asked my son anything,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you this. I mean, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you told this story." He
Yeah.
had the red
They're
eyes.
blocking
Remember
him.
who was on the phone with me when I bought the drug test on Xavier? I don't.
Oh, you
yeah.
bought it? You bought the test?
Boy, go in the
Yeah.
bathroom, leave the door open. He said, "Oh yeah." Harlem was like, "What was the result?" He peed. He was like, "Do I have to leave the door open?" Yep. I knew wasn't nothing wrong, but he had the red eyes.
Right.
He was acting sluggish, and he
Right.
he had hid something for his friend before.
Got it.
So at that point, me and my boyfriend were like, "We're gonna test just to let you know you will get tested in here."
Right.
He came out, wasn't nothing, peed all over the cup. I'm like, "Oh my god, you don't even know what you're doing, boy." He, of course, it was nothing, but I had to show him it'll get like that.
Right.
Right.
I'm not playing with you at 14. And he was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing, Mom?" But in his mind now, he'll tell his friend, "No, my mom will test me when I go home."
Mhm.
Well, again, I think I'm blessed because my father's from the projects from Marcy. Like I said, my uncles is all that about that life. I'm gonna release them to them niggas. I'm gonna be
Right.
like, "Oh, what? You wanna do that?
Right.
You wanna do nigga shit?
But you have to
Sing it to the niggas."
But you gotta give him, release him to whoever, but give him the knowledge and the fear.
No.
My dad based me on fear, but also the knowledge because you can't be smoking weed with everybody.
No,
you can't be
I
drinking
I
with
said that.
everybody.
I said it. You don't
Because
know
somebody will
what's in
give you
there.
something,
Especially
you won't
these-
even
yeah.
come home
Yeah.
right again, and won't even know. Everybody knows somebody from the hood or just
Yeah,
in
yeah.
life,
Right.
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
they took that and it never
Never was right again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
No. But I'm a big believer that fear's temporary, respect is golden. So I will never raise my children off fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
It's
believe you
literally
a little fear. And
Right.
that's the
No,
West
it's-
Indian in me.
yeah,
I was scared as
exactly.
hell for my dad.
Yeah.
I've never. My father is probably the biggest jokester, but you know when not to play.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a little fear.
And you know, but I think that's just. I feel like
You
it's
gotta
more.
have it as a kid.
I feel like it's also more of a respect because you learn.
Right.
You learn. You don't poke the bear. Like I tell my son all the time, your father is the nicest person in the world, but don't poke the bear because his hand is bigger than your face.
So on
And
that
you don't
note,
wanna come at it.
we are actually at time.
Yay,
But
this is a great episode.
I did want to share very quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm from New York, so I could talk kind of fast. My mom MD story.
Okay.
So I was kind of the opposite of you. I was the in denial mom.
Okay.
So, and I wasn't really gonna share this because I'm going out later and I don't want to get emotional. But I don't know. No one's here to reapply my makeup. I don't know what's gonna happen. So when Alonzo was in daycare, my son,
Okay.
he was very bad. Like leading rebellions against the teachers, singing during nap time. I mean, some of it was like, okay, are you really calling me about this? And then
Right.
some of it was like, okay, maybe he's just bad.
Right.
Anyway, they recommended behavioral therapy for him. So I get him evaluated for all that. And it comes back that he doesn't need behavioral therapy, which, by the way, isn't really a thing, or at least it wasn't then. So I was like, why are we telling me that? Anyway, but he had a speech processing delay, which I was like, he talks so much, like they're wrong. Like I was literally, but I'm like, whatever, give him the services. It can't hurt, blah, blah, blah. And then as time went on, I kind of noticed it. Like it would be like there'd be a word and he'd just not really know what it meant, or he'd use it wrong, or I don't know. It was like it wasn't like blatant, but
Right.
when I started paying attention, like you said, then I was like, okay, maybe they were right. So here's what happens though. When you have these services, they follow you through your,
Correct. Your career. Mhm.
and I want to say like a year ago, and this is the part that gets me emotional.
Mhm.
Stop, Mary, don't cry. He was like, I don't want to be in these services. Like it was speech, they take him
Right.
out with a group of people. But in middle school, kids start noticing that. And then you're labeled the R word or whatever, And he was like, I'm being taken out of class for speech with kids that have like problems. Like he was like, he actually knew the label for it. Like, he was like, they have disabilities.
Right.
He was like, I don't have a disability. Why am I like here with them? And so I'm explaining, well, the speech processing delay is technically a disability, like, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, like, I don't need it anymore. Like, we would literally fight. He would bring it up every day. He would tell the teachers, I don't want to be here. Like, this is not where I belong. So at one point, I had like that IEP meeting, and I literally broke down there. This was probably a few months ago. And so when you said what you said earlier about your son saying he wanted to be normal before high school, Alonzo said the same thing. He was like, I cannot go to high school and be getting pulled out and people see this. And he was like, if I'm talking normally, nobody, like, I don't, you would not know that I had whatever. Like, I don't need this anymore.
Yeah.
And, so I went there ready to fight, because usually I think the schools get more money if your kids are getting this or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like,
they get definitely more in the budget for the additional.
right. So when I would try to take him out before, they would be, you know, like, they would resist it with me. Anyway, they were like, he's fine. He doesn't need it. Take him out.
Right.
So he won. He was so happy. But I really broke down in there because I was like, oh my God.
Alonzo.
Yeah.
So anyway, we ran way over time for me to tell the story, but I kind of felt like
you had to, and it had to be done, and everybody. And thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming.
There is also, just to let you know,
Yeah.
you could have moved it to after school.
right.
You could,
I know.
Yeah,
girl.
like a lot of people don't know. They don't have to be pulled out for class, because I thought that they pulled out my son during the most inopportune time, like during math. And science and things like that.
They would. Yeah.
So he actually did it after school. So no one
Right.
ever saw him getting.
Well, where were you all these years, girl? Because I'm a lazy mom and was not looking into all of
No,
that.
it's okay. It's okay. But just also wanted to get that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can 100% empathize with Alonzo, because, like you said, when you get older, the kids understand now what you're being pulled
Right.
out for. So for my son, I made them do it at home.
Yeah.
The speech therapist came to my house. The OT therapist came to my house.
Listen,
did
people
it
out there,
on the day.
pay attention to that, because
again,
it would
I
probably
think
make a
that
difference.
word normal, really, we have to change that stigma as to what it is. And you're right. We have to address our kids' concerns, because that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You want to address your son's concerns because it's a fear. We're building a fear to make them feel different. Nobody wants their kids to feel different.
Yeah.
So I feel like we have to still nurture them and be parents, but also address those concerns.
Yeah.
I feel like Alonzo may have stayed in speech a little bit longer if it was being done at his house.
Yeah.
Because don't nobody know who's there.
Right. True. But whatever.
Thank God he
It
didn't
worked
even know
out.
that. It worked
Exactly.
out.
So anyway, tell people where they can find you, Tavia,
Oh, sure.
before we get out of here.
Of course. So I am on Beyonce's internet at Tavia MD, TAVIAMD. My website is same, TaviaMD.com. And I'm always around.
Thank you.
Thanks
we
for
may need to
coming
hit you
here.
up
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you for coming. Really appreciate your energy.
Yes,
Of
for
course.
sure. And everyone out there, make sure you tune in to our next episode. The favorite child is the one who struggled quietly, where we're going to be peeling back the layers of the good kid label. The straight A students, the silent struggles. What's hiding behind the mask of high performance? You'll find out next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.